Royce.
Thank you, President. My question is to the Minister representing the Minister for the Environment, Senator Corman. Minister, my constituents in Victoria this weekend are faced with an abysmal choice when it comes to electing a government which will save the Victorian animal emblem, the Leadbeater's possum, from extinction. The current Victorian government continues to subsidise clear-fell logging of its habitat
on my right.
and allowed the loggers to dominate the development of its so-called action plan to save the possum, indeed requiring ongoing logging as part of the plan. And the alternative government yesterday quietly released an environment policy which has since been summarised by a leading scientist as about as much use as an ashtray on a motorbike. Given the lack of political will from both the government and the opposition in Victoria, will the Minister explain to Victorians what will this government do to prevent the Leadbeater's possum from going extinct?
The Minister for Finance, representing the Minister for the Environment, Senator Corman. Order on my right. Order. Order. Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, and I thank Senator Royce for that question. Let me reassure Senator Royce, we on this side of the chamber, we love the possum. We love the possum. And indeed, as Senator Fifield has just told me, the possum is the state emblem of Victoria, and if Dennis Napthine is returned as Premier of Victoria on this Saturday, the Victorian possum will be safe. But you know what? On this side of the chamber, like Premier Napthine, we also believe in building a stronger, more prosperous economy where people can get ahead. We believe in building a stronger, more prosperous economy in a way that is environmentally responsible. And of course, the state premier, the state government in Victoria, the outstanding Liberal National Party state government in Victoria, has done an outstanding job in taking Victoria forward, and we strongly commend to the people of Victoria on Saturday, vote for Dennis Napthine and his team at the election. Now, Mr. President, I'm always very interested when I'm asked questions by the Greens on environmental matters, because the truth is we now know that the Greens are in favour of coal instead of hydro. We know that the Greens are in favour of—
Minister. A point of order, Senator Royce.
Relevance. My question was, what will this government do to protect the Leadbeater's possum from going extinct?
Order on my right. Order. Order. Hang on, Minister. Minister, I haven't called you yet. Minister, I haven't called you yet. I'm just waiting for silence. Order. On my right, you're holding up the Minister's opportunity to answer the question. Order. Order. Minister, I'll remind you of the question. You have been relevant to this point. You have 30 seconds.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. My message to the people of Victoria is that the best thing they can do for the future of the possum is to re-elect the Napthine government on Saturday. But even more importantly, the best thing they can do for the future of the people of the great state of Victoria is to re-elect the Napthine Liberal National Party government. Mr. President, the Greens have got no credibility when it comes to environmental matters. The Greens are led by a senator in Senator Milne who is pushing for regular reductions in the cost on fuel. She is pushing for windfall gain for big oil. The current leader of the Greens
is
Minister.
The
Actually against
time
the
for answering the question has expired. Senator Royce, a supplementary question.
Minister, you state that you love the possum and the Victorian possums will be safe. This is based upon the government's Leadbeater's Possum Action Plan, which has received emphatic criticism from the scientific community, and this plan remains overshadowed by the continued clear-fell logging of the species' habitats. Successive state governments remain unwilling to stop logging, so what's this government going to do, and how can it justify handing over environmental protection to the states?
Thank you, Senator Royce. Minister. Hang on, Minister. Senators on my right. Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. What is this government going to do? This government is going to continue to work closely with the Napthine-led Liberal National Party government in order to advance the best interests of the people of Victoria, and the Possums will be part of that. I'm sure that the government in Victoria will do everything they can to ensure that the Leadbeater Possum is going to be safe into the future, but more importantly, I'm confident that the Liberal National Government in Victoria will continue to do everything they can to advance the best interests of the state of Victoria, to continue to build a stronger, more prosperous economy in Victoria, so that everyone in Victoria has got the best possible opportunity to get ahead, and they will do so as they have over the last 4 years in a way that is environmentally responsible and environmentally sustainable.
Thank you, Minister. Senator Royce, a final supplementary question.
I refer the Minister to the Minister for the Environment, Greg Hunt's speech in October, where he stated that he set a goal of ending the loss of mammal species by 2020. And in this speech, he also foreshadowed a new initiative to help the endangered Leadbeater's possum. Given that it's likely that next month, despite the actions of your government, the species will be relisted as critically endangered, can the Minister outline what exactly this initiative is and how soon it will be implemented?
Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Minister Hunt, of course, is also himself from the great state of Victoria. And like all of those on this side of the chamber, Minister Hunt loves possums too. And in fact, what I would say to the Senate, that if possums had the vote, I think that possums across Victoria would be going to pre-poll stations today in order to vote for Minister Hunt. Madam Mr. President, what I would say to Senator Royce is that the possums of Victoria, I don't believe have been persuaded by your pamphlets to go into the pre-polling stations of Victoria. But what I do hope is that the people of Victoria have been persuaded by the very strong arguments put forward by Premier Napthine and his team, and that is that we need in Victoria a return of the Napthine Liberal National Government, because that is in the best interest of the great people of Victoria.
Thank you, Minister.